Hello, this is Ryan of Happy, Healthy, Vegan. Hello, Michael and Blood Rose. You guys are the first two, and thanks for asking. Yeah, this week wasn't so bad. Thank you. Yeah, considering how this year's been for me so far, not a bad week. So we'll take that for sure. Aloha, Milo from Hawaii. How is it going, guys? Yeah, I was just ready. I thought I'd come on a minute or so early because why not? What the heck? I'm ready to go. Why wait around? If you guys are ready, I'm ready. So let me do my intro. Hi, this is Ryan of Happy, Healthy, Vegan, coming to you with my weekly Friday live stream at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. This is when we get together and talk about any and all things vegan. So if you're already vegan or vegetarian, pop by, say hello, and you'll find a nice, loving, supportive, of all tolerant, open-minded people community here. If you're intolerant and bigoted, you might not fit in all that well. In fact, we have rules for how to behave here. Here are live stream rules. Just basically don't be a dick or anything like that, and you'll probably be able to fit in. And if you're, speaking of not fitting in, we have often non-vegans who like to watch the live show, the live stream. And often you guys are vegan curious and just want to learn. You may not know any actual vegans, at least ones that have done it for a reasonable amount of time. And I've been vegan now for well over 14 years. So, and between me and the many others that frequent this live stream, you have decades, centuries of combined experience to get some questions answered if you have any. So feel free to lurk or join. We're open to all people. You don't have to be vegan to be part of our community here, or just lurk quietly if you want. But we always like it when people come out and say hi. And I also want to mention I'm not dual streaming to TikTok today. I don't know if there's any advantage of that since I can't see all the comments between the two streams in one place. So we're just doing old school YouTube only. And lastly, if you're watching and you're not vegan and you're not curious about going vegan and your intent is to somehow like attack me or veganism, have at it. I, in fact, often invite people that leave mean, shitty comments and from our regular videos to come here. I don't have time to bang out a comment to. Just come here and say what your stupid thing was, and I'll answer your question as long as you're not a jerk. And again, here are the basic rules to be, to follow, to fit in here and not get in a lot of trouble. This is the kind of stuff you kind of need to do to not get like in trouble at work or school. It's not really a high bar. Just again, not being a dick, just being a decent human. If you can't be a decent human, you might have some trouble here. And we've had lots of trouble in the past with many non-decent humans. So good to see everyone here. Hey, Uncle, our first moderator's here. And Sarah, how did it go yesterday with the washing machine repair person that came during our video premiere yesterday? Hopefully you got your machine fixed there. And, that always sucks when you have like relatively new tech. And especially like a washing machine, or in our case, it was our dryer that died earlier this year, or it was late last year, around Christmas time. It's like you can't just put that in the car, right? It's like really bulky and heavy and stuff, and I don't have a vehicle that would fit a washer or dryer. So hopefully you got that fixed. That can be really stressful and just a bummer. Let's see. Let's see. Nikki is here now, and Tad's Green Magic Carpet, and Redlocks, and Kay Farden, and I think I said Heidi, and I think I got everyone there. All right, Sarah's update on her washing machine. The control board failed. We need a new machine. Oh no, they wanted to come today between 5 and 7. I told them tomorrow because you didn't want to miss this. Awesome, that's so cool of you, Sarah. Thanks, awesome. Is it under warranty? I forgot what you said. Is it like 2.5 years old? I remember when I told you yesterday, I was in a similar situation last summer when our Samsung Frame TV, which is like a mid-tier TV. It's not a bottom barrel. It's like OLED. It's not OLED. It's oh god, it's their quantum LED technology. Anyway, it died just a little bit after warranty. Okay, yours died out of warranty. Yeah, the Samsung warranty was like a year, and ours died like, I forgot, 1.5 or 2 years after we got it. Just a little bit after. I go, come on, they should warranty a TV longer than that, because really a TV just sits there. It's not like a laptop. You're not taking it out. And same with a washing machine. It just sits there. It just needs to do its thing. It needs to be constructed decently enough to do what it was designed to do for longer than a year. Yeah, that sucks, I learned, I got burned. I know you said your Samsung TV, your besties, is working fine, but I read Sony's have known for having the longest life, so that's what I did. I got a Sony, and we have a smaller bedroom TV that we got handed down. A Sony TV, and it's old. It's working great. So I figured, okay, there's a good testimony right there of sorts. So let's get a new one, and so far it's been good so far. So that's what we did. So that sucked, having to get a pretty like a year and a half or two after getting our first decent big TV. And for our case, it's 43 inches. That's big. We have a really small living room, so 43-inch TV. And our couch isn't that far away from the TV either, so that's pretty good viewing thing for us. That was our first time ever getting a nice TV, the Samsung frame, and it died a premature death. And strangely though, we just hauled it out. I packed it away in the garage. What happened? It didn't die. Just one side of the screen is darker. The other side of the screen is brighter. You can see it right down the middle. You can't see it on every single image, but on certain images you really can tell the difference. Well, anyway, yeah, we wanted to watch. There's a K-pop label that Angie and I like a lot of the bands from. It's called SM. They have bands like EXO and aespa, just to name a few. Anyway, they're on tour. They played a show just a few miles from here Sunday night on Mother's Day, and we opted not to go because it's really expensive, a pain in the ass to get there. But the reason why I'm talking about this though is Angie learned, on that Samsung Plus TV channel, which you get for free, you can watch the show live for free. So I hauled it out of the garage, unpacked it, and set it up in the living room, and the stereo, our nice speakers there. And even though it wasn't a perfect image, it wasn't bad. We watched it, then I packed it up, and it's back in the box again. So maybe we'll pull it out later in the future, or maybe give it to my mom. She's talking about wanting to get a smaller TV, and her eyes aren't that great. She'll never notice the imperfection that made us find the TV unusable. So anyway, enough of me and my weird TV rant there. But yeah, that's a dumb thing that happened to me in the past 7 months. I told you all the other bad stuff that happened. I didn't even mention that one. That one was easy. I was just low on the list. In fact, no, that happened early. That was the start of the badness. That happened around my birthday. So yeah, my mom got me the Sony TV for my birthday. So I guess I'll give her the Samsung one if she wants a smaller one. Anyway, let's see what you guys have been talking about as I've been rambling here about nonsense there. Let's see. Let's see, Uncle, your washing machine has two switches, big and small, like big load and small load. Is that it? Is that an old technology too, or is this a newer machine? Yeah, too, our dryer is brand new. It's from last year. Our washing machine could go anytime, I guess. It's from about 15 years ago old. Anyway, hey, Adam, doing all right? Hey, Graven's here, and Nikki is here now, and Monique from Canada. And I said Nikki, yes. So anyway, did I miss any questions? I see you got a couple concerts coming up later this month. Awesome. Yeah, it's that time of year, summer, huh? The big touring season for bands. Speaking of bands, in 1 week from tonight, there will be we have a new song coming out. Or at least we think we do. We kind of timed it pretty tight for our digital music distributor to get it out by next Friday. But as far as we know, they haven't said no, we can't do it. So as far as I know, next Friday we'll have a brand new song. It's called Boss Mode. And anyway, I'll play a little bit of it for you, as I often do when we have new music for me and Angie. And yeah, it's coming out next Friday, as I hope. And we're already working on another brand new song too. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of music stuff lately. And I told you I was doing a remix for a label in the United Kingdom, for a band in the United Kingdom, and the label, and they liked my remix, so that should be coming out next month too. So anyway, let's get back to vegan things. I'm speaking bad things into existence now. I hope not. I try not to talk about bad things too much. Let's see. Blood Rose says, try to buy electrical from Europe. Yeah, I have a Bosch dishwasher that I've had for a long time, and I think around 2009 or 10 or something like that, and it's still working pretty well. I love that thing. I think it's made. I think they're made in Germany. At least they were. I think back when we got ours. Blood Rose 75 says try to buy electrical from Europe. Slow cooker, Swan UK. Microwave, Clemstein, Berlin. Air fryer from Italy. And yeah, I had Bosch, I guess, from, I don't know, maybe they're made in China now. I don't know, but it's been pretty good. I hope you guys had a nice Mother's Day. Yeah, Graven brought that up. Yeah, I took my mom out on Saturday for a brunch, and we all ordered vegan. I ordered for her. There's this place that's kind of like trying to be cool where she lives at. They have a lot of vegan stuff, so I ordered the vegan waffles. I said 2 orders of vegan waffles and vegan butter, and my mom didn't notice. You know, that's what I always say about like Beyond Burgers and stuff. You can just give that to someone. If they're not paying attention, they won't know. But we had a nice time. Unfortunately, it was kind of busy the day before Mother's Day, and it was hot. I knew that was going to be an issue going that day, but you know, we had other conflicting scheduling things. We kind of had to do it that day. It was so hot. It's like almost 100 degrees that day. Sucked. You know, if we went the next day, it would have been more like 90, which still is bad. And today would be like a nice 75-degree day. Hey, Gladys, glad you're here today. Awesome. But yeah, my mom had a nice time. In fact, she called me up this morning. She's trying to get me to come out today and move some things around. I said, Mom, you know, I'm busy on Fridays. I do the live stream later on night, you know, so, but she thanked me for Mother's Day and she had a good time. So that's cool. Uncle, do Angie and I listen to Blackpink? If there's any Blackpink fans out there, and that's a K-pop band if you're not familiar with them, I haven't really heard any Blackpink songs. I think I could speak for Angie too, that really like captivate us or catch us or anything like that. I respect them and I don't wish them bad or anything like that. Like, yeah, but no, I'm not a Blackpink fan, let's say, or anything like that. I thought Lalisa was amazing as an actress in White Lotus, you know, the series I just ended on HBO Max. Check that out if you haven't seen that yet. Seriously, that was my favorite TV show of the year. Let's see. Milo says that people say that doing laundry is too much work, then they drive to the gym. Washing laundry, like doing it by hand, is that what you're talking about? Wow. I don't think I've ever done that. That's awesome, sir. You walked to the gym today. That would be quite an effort. Yeah, where I live, yeah, my gym is really for my house. Yeah, you can ride a bike there, I guess, but yeah, walking it's outside that like 1 mile kind of radius of where I like to walk to. I did run a mile in the gym out on the basketball court. Once I got done with my workout, I continued my workout by starting a new workout, a running workout. I ran a mile. That's what I've been doing lately. I've been bringing my running shoes in my gym bag and pull them out instead of running in my basketball shoes, which I had been doing for the longest time. So hell, if I'm gonna do some dedicated running on the court, just running around like using it as a track, I'm gonna bring my running shoes. It works out so much better. And hopefully I'll have good new basketball shoes next month. Thanks to you guys. I'm hoping Zero Shoes will have their minimalist basketball shoes in stock next month as they promised. Graven, you're not walking anywhere during gator mating season. Wow, that's something I never have to ponder or consider out here. Wow, gator mating season. I only can imagine. Well, that's nice, Dana. Your husband bought you vegan ramen, delicious on Mother's Day. We work in a restaurant, so you're pretty pooped. That's nice of your husband. Sweet. Are you a mother too? Yeah, Angie's not a mother, but we did celebrate Mother's Day. We got her I thought I got her what did I get her? I remember when I took her to Disney California Adventure, we got something we never got before at Ghirardelli. They have a vegan ice cream sundae. We haven't gotten it before because it's kind of expensive, but we learned that they make a smaller version that's not quite as bad. So we got that, and that was delicious. I had a bite of it too. Yeah, Sarah, those shoes, they when they wrote me back, Zero Shoes, they said June, so I'm not even bothering to look yet because June is still like 2 weeks away or so. So I'll start checking in June. I assume they'll send me some emails too because I signed up for free shipping, and when I did that, I didn't know I put myself on their email list too. Oh, yes, that's it, Sunday. Angie, thank you. There's Angie. Yeah, Sunday. Speaking of walking within our mile radius or so, yeah, we walked around and walked to a place where they have some pretty nice vegan pizzas. So that was fun. Yeah, a place we'd never been to before too. So yeah, we're discovering new things in our area. There's a vegan bakery, a fully vegan bakery around too. So we got to check that out. So yeah, still things to discover in our hometown. Try to keep it fresh. Keeping it fresh. Wow, Graven, you live by a big lake, so you're also nervous you might find a gator in your yard. Whoa. No, Uncle, Mr. Charlie's vegan fast food place? Where's that? It's supposed to be like McDonald's, but vegan. Never heard of it. I mean, we have plant-powered fast food here. And in Long Beach, and they have one in Encinitas, and I think they have another one in the Inland Empire somewhere. I forget, but anyway, VLAM's here. Yo, VLAM is here. Awesome, good to see you, VLAM. Glad. Are you working right now? I don't want to get you in trouble. Blaze Pizza. Yeah, we did go to Blaze Pizza once before, Heidi. Yeah, Angie's sister lives not too far from a Blaze, or used to live. She moved now. She used to live not too far from a Blaze Pizza. And it was super, super easy to make a completely vegan pizza at Blaze Pizza. So that was our one time, and it was a positive experience. Well, that sounds good, Nikki, making tofu egg salad, vegan milk bread, and tofu California rolls with soy paper this weekend. Awesome. Send us some. Wow, poor Graven, you have gator nightmares. Wow, I can't imagine living so close to such big, wild creatures. I hate it when people come here and say, well, I'm not vegan because humans are at the top of the food chain. Have you seen gators before? They'll eat your ass, you gotta be careful. Anyway, hey, Adam, did I say hello to you, Adam G? If not, hello, Adam. Milo, good vegan pizza is one of our life's great pleasures. Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that was a pretty decent vegan pizza we had on Mother's Day. We figured it might be a good place to go. I didn't think it was going to be that crowded. It's kind of a small place, It's not like a big kind of family kind of restaurant or anything like that. A small kind of I think if I know the story about a chef. It was a sous chef or someone famous, like Gordon Ramsay. I don't know, someone like that. A famous sous chef. I mean, a sous chef working under a famous main chef want to start their own restaurant, and their dream was to open up a pizza place in Long Beach or something like that. So it was pretty good. Oh, wow. Is COVID going around? VLAM recovering from a mild case of COVID, but the dry cough is not going away. Oh, no. I haven't been. I used to learn a lot about when surges are happening from following certain scientists and epidemiologists on Twitter, now known as X, and I just refuse to go on there anymore. Maybe I should just to see if those people are still on there and making posts. So I have no idea what's going on. Yeah, okay. As far as we know, sir, it's not rampant. There's not a surge like there was last July or August. So my mom and her husband both got COVID at the same time, which is, for you guys, most of you guys, it's probably not a big deal, but they're in their late 80s and it could be fatal. Affects older people way more gnarly than if you're in your 20s or 30s typically. But yeah, I know it's still around. Yeah, definitely take care of yourself, V. So are you working today? I hope not. Okay, Uncle, Mr. Charlie, 612 La Brea Avenue. Wow, sounds like where I used to live at. I used to live off, I think, 6th and La Brea back in the 90s. So, I wonder if I still live there, there'd be a vegan place right by me. Okay, so Graven, giving us some more gator updates. A gator killed a man by the lake near you. The gator killed a man. His truck broke down and he pulled off the road, got under his truck working on it, and a gator came out of the lake and got him. The man died. Wow. Just like that. Wow. VLAM, masking whenever you go out. Awesome. Yeah, protect others if you're sick. Yeah. I still wear masks when I'm in crowded places. Like Uncle asked, do I stay away from big crowds since COVID? I mean, I've been to a few shows, music shows. Those are probably the most densely packed in times. And like, when we go to like Disneyland and stuff, it can be crowded at times. So we typically stay outside most of the time. We don't really go inside in too many crowded like places to eat or rides. Most of the rides we go on are outdoor rides. Oh, late model. I used to go to the La Brea Mall in the 80s. Okay, that's different than you're thinking of the Brea Mall. That's in Orange County. Is that what you're thinking of, right? I don't think there's any mall on La Brea. La Brea is like a major street in Los Angeles. It connects all the way from like the 10 freeway, goes up to Hollywood, hits Hollywood Boulevard, Sunset. You could take that up to the Hollywood Bowl. Yeah, Brea Mall is off the 91 freeway. I feel like an episode of The Californians on Saturday Night Live, but that's in Orange County. Let's see. Yeah, don't feed gators. I thought I'd never give that advice out on the live stream here, but yeah, don't feed gators. It's not good for your health. Hey, is Travis here? I see asking about his baby, because remember he had a baby last week. Hey, there's Travis. Yeah, how is the baby going, Travis? Have you been sleeping at all? Oh, late model, you meant the Puente Hills Mall. Well, yeah, I grew up not too far from that area. I was when I was a mall rat, like in the 80s and started in the 70s. Yeah, that was the mall there, and it's gone downhill. It's, as far as I understand now, it's a few stores are still operating. And the whole property's been sold finally to some other developer. I think they're going to knock the whole mall down and redevelop it somehow. I don't think they said exactly what, but that was, yeah, you're thinking of the Puente Hills Mall. You worked at the mall when you were 16. Which one? Which mall? Was it the Puente Hills Mall? Because I may have seen you there, because I tell you, that's where I went all the time. Let's see. Okay, now since we were talking about here, why does everything have to get so fucking political? VLAM, one of our longtime viewers, from what I could tell, an amazing, sweet, cool person, gets COVID, and now we're talking about the vaccine and it's getting politicized. I'm not going to read your post. Can you just not do that shit right now? Just let VLAM experience COVID. Let's not go off on conspiracy theories or not. Just, she's sick right now. It's not going to help her, okay? Please, all right? Just be a decent person right now. If you believe in stuff like that, cool, awesome. I'm not trying to dissuade you. I'm not even going to get into a debate with you, but just have some common decency. It's not about you. The whole world is not about you. VLAM is sick right now. She's sure she has COVID, and just let her have it, and let's not have to turn this into a big fucking thing that it's not. Let's not make it about theories and politics. Just a lady that we know is sick, and just let her experience that and get better. The Fast Times at Ridgemont High Mall is not there anymore. We're just watching. It wasn't the Glendale Galleria. It was like another Galleria that's not there anymore. I was just watching an episode about the shooting locations for Fast Time, so that mall is not there. I mean, it is there. They knocked it down, the indoor mall, and there's some weird outdoor mall there now, but that place is totally gone. But yeah, my Puente Hills Mall that I grew up at looks a lot like the Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Okay, Travis's baby. All right, no conspiracy theories about baby, and please, no one coming up here and talking to me about neonatalism or whatever, not having baby. I don't know. Travis had a baby. This is awesome. Okay, so he's good. The baby's good. He's tiny. He was just under 6 pounds when he was born. I go back to work tomorrow, not looking forward to it. Oh man, just so quickly there, Travis. Oh my goodness. Well, best wishes to you. I hope you're okay. I hope you're getting some sleep, and hope you can not lose your job, because you're going to be like super tired. Hopefully it'll be cool to you, and just best wishes to you, Travis. That's awesome. I'm glad you have a healthy baby. That's the most important thing, that your baby is doing well. Let's see. Okay, you worked at Marin at the Northgate Mall. I know where it is. I don't think I ever went to it when I stayed in in San Rafael, but I'm pretty sure I remember where it's at. I can't remember driving around past the mall there. Wow, Graven, your baby was almost 10 pounds at birth. Awesome. Let's see, Blood Rose 75 says, as a carer for mum, I have to avoid any viruses. Yes, that's one reason why I like to stay healthy too. It's first, I hate getting sick. I hate losing time and productivity and just being sick. But secondly, I don't want to translate it to my mom. People don't get it and still deny science. I don't want somebody's death on your conscience, but it explains why you're vegan, because you have compassion and you know it's not all about you. And I hate it when people say, oh, I'm vegan. It's because I'm trying to avoid mucus plaque and I'm trying to detox. No, it's not about you. Once you know, veganism is taking yourself out of the equation. You're doing it because animals, it's for the animals, and any benefits you might get from not eating animals is awesome. Not denying the amazingness of them, but it's not about you. It's for the animals. So if people say I'm vegan, I'm doing it to get a thigh gag, I'm doing it to lose weight, I'm doing it for woo-woos, that's not what veganism is. We all know what veganism is. I'm not going to show the definition right now. Let's see, VLAM, you're on immunosuppressant, you take all the vaccines your doctors recommend, and that's why I scolded the person earlier who's trying to make this a fucking political issue and stuff. No, just, VLAM is sick. Just let her be your thing. It's not talk about the vaccine. Who knows? I wasn't going to ask if you're vaccinated or not, blah, blah. The person just, going to use that as an opportunity to spread preach their thing. Anyway, I said, yeah, if you're watching again, please don't do that. Just have compassion if you're a vegan for a fellow vegan who's ill right now, and let her be sick and not try to bring up all this weird shit that has nothing to do with anything about her being sick right now. Oh, wow. Tourists feed the gators out there in Florida. Oh, my God, Graven. Wow. They don't know any better? Really? People are that stupid? They think alligators are docile creatures? Really? You gotta be kidding me. People are that dumb. Really? Like, are people really that dumb? They really think everything in this world is for their amusement. So when they see a wild animal, a dangerous giant animal, these gnarly teeth, oh, how cute. Let's go pet it, kids. Like, really? I mean, people are that dumb. Wow, how can you be so out of touch? Everything's here for your amusement. You know, it's like, I can't possibly get hurt. I'm on vacation right now. I'm a tourist in Florida. Let's go pet the gators, because nothing ever bad can happen to a person when they're on vacation, right? You know? Wow. Hey, Bill's here. Ryan's example of what you just mentioned. Bill was in a cancer support group and mentioned I was cancer free. Somebody then told me what Bill, should do, some alternative therapy. I said the same. You said the science worked. Why do people feel so emboldened as to just push their life onto you? I mean, people say that's what vegans do. No, I just give you the information and I'll question you on your logic and stuff. But why people feel compelled? For you, Bill, you had cancer and now you're cancer free. However, for this person, that's not good enough. You should have done what they did, but the shit you did worked. I mean, again, how stupid are people? That's a rhetorical question. No need to answer that, but I don't understand how dumb people can be. So speaking of stupid people, Graven says, yeah, in Florida, we have gator signs everywhere. Signs also say, don't feed the gators drugs? What? What do you mean don't feed the gators drugs? Wait, this might be a whole new level of stupid. What do you mean? Are people giving the gators drugs? Like, what? Like, what drugs and for what purpose? Like, let's give the gators some magic mushrooms, or like I don't understand. That makes no sense. Please explain. Oh man. Yeah, I'm right there with late model and Angie. I bear no ill will towards gators, but you won't catch me feeding one or going near their living areas. Hey, vegan metalhead, you haven't seen any dumb signs lately? Lucci says, I give gators drugs all the time. Oh God, I want to hear more about the giving gators drugs signs. Really, like, tell me that was a mistype there. Did your finger slip there on the keyboard there, Graven? People can't be that stupid that Florida has to put up signs telling presumably tourists not to pet the gators, and furthermore not to give them drugs. Wow, Nikki, I don't know. I don't know that much about gators being in California. Nope, it's a real thing. Okay, Graven, I'm going to stop the live stream, whatever I'm telling you. Please tell us, what's up with gators being given drugs? Like, tourists give them the drugs? Or is it the Florida locals? And what kinds of drugs? Like, any and all drugs? They'll give them crack. They'll give them marijuana. They'll give them DMT, they'll give them fentanyl, or is it a certain drug? Like, and why? Like, I would never think, oh, there's a wild animal, be it a bear, like here in the West, or a gator in your area, or if I were in like Australia, a kangaroo or something. Let's give that wild animal drugs. Or give it Camino Social. Yeah, those are the CBD gummies that Sarah got me turned on to. Yeah, they should be given birth control drugs, if anything, maybe. But if anything, I'm not saying that should be what done to them. But if any drug, but I want to hear this. Okay, not sure what drugs Graven says, but the signs also say not to molest the gators. And yeah, when we think of molest, we're thinking of like sexual molestation. And you can molest something without it being sexual. It just means like to disturb or touch or mess with. Doesn't have to be a sexual way. That's sexual molestation. But anyway, yeah, I guess that's another way of saying don't F with the gators. Don't mess with the gators. Wow, I'm surprised. People are so dumb, especially tourists, that they think it's like appropriate to mess with gators. First of all, it's not vegan to mess with animals in the wild like that. And then secondly, it's dangerous because these animals can kill you. Yeah, gators aren't safe from people either. No one's safe in that equation. When you have gators who are, deadly, I don't need to tell you any more than that. They're just great killing machines. They're really good at that. Then people who are stupid. So you put that combination together, and that's just going to be bad for gators and people. Travis, the gators, the humans, the tourists are not molesting the gators, just expanding their minds. Good to see you, Peter. Natural selection, huh, Nikki? Yeah, if you're that stupid, I don't care if you're on vacation. It might be great if you didn't reproduce any more offspring. If you're totally cool with molesting gators. Oh man, really? They killed all those gators at Disney because some kid died? Really? Wow. Yeah, I heard about that Trump mocking Bruce Springsteen thing, like saying, don't speak bad of me while you're still out of the country. Like, what, they're going to detain him and throw him in a El Salvador prison or something like that? He's just being dumb. They're not going to mess with Bruce Springsteen. That would just be totally just pointless, and that's going to backfire. Milos, just separate the male gators from the female gators. No, they're not talking about gator molestering. They're talking about human molestering. Again, not a sexual kind, just like bothering, messing with kind of molestering. Yeah, I saw him bag on Taylor Swift too. He just takes shots at people. It's just so petty. I don't care. I'm sorry if any guys are right wing or whatever. I would say the same shit if a left wing politician or a middle of the road Bernie Sanders or whatever. Oh no, or just an independent. I don't care. That is so like grade school, right? Like to say stupid things, false things about people just because they aren't fans of yours, because they in the past may have said something not flattering or negative about you. That's just like, it's so childish, and that's what we got going on right now. That's who's leading our country. Someone who finds that to be an appropriate use of the presidential platform to make fun of Taylor Swift. So low. And I'm not even a Taylor Swift fan, but I respect her as a human being, you know, not to get mocked like that. Ooh, there's an alligator joke from Uncle if you guys want to see that. Hang on, I'm really tempted to get my AC flowing here. Here's 1 second. Let's see if I can roll there. All right. AC. What? I don't know what a juicy marble steak is, Peter. K. Farnan, is reincarnation real? I don't think so. Pretty sure it's not, but I can't prove it's not. Just like I don't think anyone can really prove that it is, but I lean in on I don't think so, the no side. What's that vegan metalhead? You once saw a shirt that said, politicians and diapers must be changed often for the same reason. It sounds plausible on the surface. We've had we like Yo Egg. It's just starting to make it into supermarkets now. But yeah, at first it was like just sold to food makers and they would make products around it. So yeah, if you haven't seen Yo Egg yet, we talked about it like a month ago. A lot of you guys thought it sounded gross, but me and Angie have no issue with Yo Egg, and it's fully vegan. Jay said you heard some bad stuff about karmic beliefs. I guess you could talk about that. Usually not our main topic here, but I'm willing to hear something about that. Let's see, what's going on, Bill? The Knicks are killing Boston at halftime. That's really sad. Not that I'm a Boston Celtics fan. You know, I'm a Lakers fan. F Boston. And I've seen some really mean shit from Lakers fans. Just being really just lacking all human compassion. Just being total assholes because the Celtics' best player, Jason Tatum, had a horrible injury on the previous game. And I think he's going to be out for a long time. I think it was an Achilles ACL injury. He's going to be out a long time. He's not playing the rest of the series. And people are just being so mean about that. And, you know, I don't like that sort of hate. And you know, we talked about that last live stream. Don't be an asshole. Just, you know, we're all humans. Let's have compassion. You know. Anyway, that sucks about Tatum, and he'll miss all of next year. Wow, that sucks. And just like I was once the Lakers got knocked out of the playoffs, I was rooting. Hey, California, Golden State Warriors. I live in the Golden State, and plus I'm hoping to move closer to the Golden State Warriors in Northern Cal at some point, hopefully. So I'm going. Let's go. I've always liked them. I like watching Steph Curry and Draymond Green. Steph Curry gets an ankle. No, I'm sorry. Hamstring injury, out for the rest of the series, and they lost too. So it sucks seeing injuries screw up playoff runs. Even the Lakers, LeBron got injured in the last game of their first round playoffs game. So his I think he had a hamstring pull too. The Lakers should be in the playoffs just about any year. You know, it's pretty odd, a pretty rare year where the Lakers don't always make the playoffs. Oh, Sarah, I used to go to Warriors games. Your niece used to Irish dance during the halftime shows. Yeah, we were watching a Warriors game last week. You know, they're playing in Chase Center in San Francisco. I go, this is one of my life dreams. I hope to someday be able to like go from my future location, just like take the train or drive down and watch a Warriors game in San Francisco. I hope to do that at some point because, yeah, I like basketball. It'd be awesome to go see a Warriors game on their home court. Let's see. Heidi, yeah, Boston, where you're from, another very sports town, maybe one of the most hardcore sports towns in our country. Bunch of drunk girls going to the Sox game tonight on the train. Yep, that's Boston. Let's see, what did Bill say about Wilt? Wilt, before he passed, said NBA lift too much, so their weight is high and oh yeah, they lift a lot more now. The players way more. pounds now typically than they did in the past, because weight training is more it's just pretty much the norm now. You know, it's this arms race, everyone's strong, so when you get in the league, if you're not strong enough, your trainers make you put on bulk and stuff. Anyway, that could be it too. Yeah, the bigger you are, the more prone to injury you are in basketball. It takes more energy to move yourself up and down the court. It's just kind of like marathon runners. You know, there's a reason why most marathon runners are like elite ones are light little people. You know, it takes a lot less effort to move, say, 140 pounds quickly for 2 hours and 10 minutes than it is compared to, say, moving 200 pounds like myself. So anyway. Oh, you were going to go to a Giants game and you're in the Bay, but got too busy lurking in Fairfax. It is a little trek to get all the way across from Fairfax all the way into the city. But yeah, next time you visit all the time. Because yeah, you got to do that, right? You know, baseball is your thing. Adam, give us the $40 billion to volunteers of veganism. Yeah, I need to be on the payroll. You know, like all these like people I'm responding to on a weekly basis, all the videos I make. I think they're getting paid. I think the meat industry is just funding people just influencing meat. We need something like that for plants and plant-based content creators and vegan content creators. We need to have some kind of organized like payroll, you know, just paying people to promote plant stuff and debunk the anti-vegan stuff like I'm doing. That'd be cool. Yeah, where you at? So yeah, you could take this ferry, from Larkspur, get off, it gets off not too far from the stadium. I remember at Giant Stadium, one of our friends, their loft was in, somewhere like south of Market-ish area, you know, you can see the stadium pretty close, so that shouldn't be too hard of a trek. Yeah, Bill, talking about NBA players, yeah, I agree with you, Bill. I think their athleticism is dangerous. They went that crazy dunk, that crazy vert, rather than just taking the easy shot. Yeah, there's a price. Yeah, it's not all positives about the amazing athleticism that you see in today's professional and in college even basketball athletes. It's an amazing thing to watch. But yeah, the kinds of forces they can generate, the speeds they can hit and start quickly, the vertical, all that. You know, it is, those kinds of forces puts a lot of strains on muscles and tendons. When you come down from a 40-foot vert jump, things can go wrong. Let's see. The crazy vampire dude is vegan? Who's Uncle talking about? Uncle, are there any top % rich people that are vegan? Who's the crazy vampire guy, Jay? Let's see. Peter's telling us Michael J. Fox is coming back to acting for a special episode of the show for Shrinking and hasn't acted in 5 years. Speaking of Michael J. Fox, if we were just talking, Sarah mentioned the Pony Hills Mall, and I mentioned, I grew up not too far from that mall. Watch Back to the Future. You guys have seen that movie, right? Michael J. Fox. The scene where the DeLorean finally, I think, goes through the time machine thingy or whatever. Then they have a mall in the background. That's it. That's the Pony Hills Mall. Oh, are you talking about that tech millionaire bro who's spending millions of dollars on his body? And he eats a vegan diet. I don't think he does it for ethics. I think he just has honestly looked at the science and saw the great benefits for his endeavor to try to lower his biological age as much as possible. And he does a bunch of drugs and stuff too. Is that his name, Brian Johnson? That sounds about right. Not Jared Leto. Definitely not Jared Leto. Who, as far as I know, is vegan or eats a vegan diet, or at least had been doing that for a while. Yeah, I'm not bagging on that dude for being plant-based, but I don't think he is eating plants for ethical reasons. I think it's part of his whole system of lowering his biological age. I want to get my biological age measured. How is that done? I mean, I don't spend that kind of money and time. I'm not a tech billionaire or millionaire or anything like that. I just wonder how I fare compared to him. Being I'm an older dude, I wonder how my biological age is compared to my chronological age, and then divide that by how much money I put into it, which is like a cheap gym membership and eating plants, I guess. Maybe you could factor that in as far as the cost. But yeah, I'm not putting millions of dollars in. Adam, hey, do you have a question, Adam? I see he's just kind of making to me, maybe because I'm not following every last post you're making, Adam G, but I hope forgive me if I'm making an incorrect description of what I'm seeing. If you're trolling, just making random comments, please don't do that. I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying if you are, please don't. And if you just don't enjoy the conversation, totally cool. I'm just not sure what's going on. I'm tired. I went to the gym today. I did my basketball workout. I ran for a mile around the basketball court inside. I'm just a little mellow, so I'm not as sharp, so I don't know exactly what's going on. So just be chill. That's all I'm asking. I'm not threatening to ban or block anyone. So yeah. Some people freak out when I call them out on that, and please don't do that. Again, I'm not doing this in any kind of mean-spirited way. Let's see. Bill says, one thing being close to dying taught you is to live in the present and be aware of your place in it. Yeah, absolutely, Bill. 100%. I mean, I haven't gone through anything close to what you've gone through, having cancer and fighting cancer and ridding yourself of cancer. And I'm so happy, honestly, Bill, that you are able to rid yourself of cancer and you're cancer free now. It's so awesome. But yeah, I know what you're saying about having being close to dying, and I don't want to again take any of the spotlight away from Bill, what you've gone through there, but that high speed crash that I was a high speed pursuit thing that about a month and a half ago. I mean. I tell you, I've watched it was filmed by the TV newscopters and stuff, and I remember when it happened, the guy was literally, if I had been a little bit more further, it could have been a head-on collision. I'm just so lucky he just nicked the side of my car. I was approaching a left turn lane. He was driving on the wrong side of the street, and if I was waiting up at the red light to turn, he would have probably hit me head-on at like 70 miles an hour. And I didn't really talk too much about that night when I did the live stream. It happened on a Friday, but I think I've been looking at life a little differently lately too, just being more focused on the present and appreciating that I'm here still, because it could have been really different of an outcome. Another thing too is like a couple weeks ago, we're going to Disneyland in the morning, and we saw that same street was all blocked off. Apparently there'd been a fatal car crash that morning. Someone was driving on the wrong side. I guess they lost control of their car and hit another car head on, and that was it. And the other day, another car we heard was flipped over. It's like, I've made a point. I'm not driving on that street anymore to get to the freeway. There's other freeways I can get on to, other streets. So I've made a point that my days of driving down that street are over. It might take an extra 2 minutes according to my mapping software, but who cares? It's a more pleasant drive not to go down that shitty street too, because the traffic sucks. There's a university, Long Beach State University. There's a veterans hospital. The traffic just sucks there. It's where the freeway dumps off. People still think they're on the freeway when they're on the street. So anyway, that's one little change I made in my life there, to lower the risk of some other further craziness happening on that street. Heidi, I saw some headline about some prisoners escaping out of a prison there. That's all I know about it. I didn't click it or anything like that. Yeah, Uncle, time is short. Make the best of it. So Bill's recovery says, thanks. Bill says, I take no credit. It was science and great doctors, nurses, and surgeons. And you have a beautiful scar as a souvenir. Anyway. Hey V, the longer you've been vegan, the weirder it's not to be vegan. Eating corpses, yeah, eating animals is weird, right? Let's see. Peter says, speaking of Disneyland, I wish they had those water filling bottle stations. When I went there, you were 10 years old, didn't drink enough water, and hot California gave you a heat stroke. Well, did you see Angie just made a video, one of her YouTube short form videos, the ones in the vertical format, and she made a video of all the water bottle refilling stations in Disney California Adventure. And we need to do the same for Disneyland as well. But yeah, it's pretty easy to refill your bottle there. Unless it's a hot day, certain of those refilling stations can get kind of backed up with a line. And I can see why. Some of them, the water just comes out so painfully slow. It makes me want to like pull my hair out and scream, like, why is the water coming out so slow for? But anyway, funny you bring that up. That's what you're referring to. Okay. Oh, is Nikki leaving us? Let's see. Well, if you're gone or going, Nikki, good night. Thanks for being with us here tonight. Let's see, Peter, you're 40 years old. I didn't know you were 40. And you went when you were dead? They didn't have the 40. Oh, you're talking about when you're younger. You're talking about Disneyland. Yeah, maybe they have a better situation with the water refill bottles. But I always take my water bottle with us. It's just like, yeah, I just fill it up with water. Some asshat had to leave a comment on that short videos of Angie, about the water refilling stations at Disney California Adventure. And again, why does everything have to be so freaking political now in 2025? Some guy left some stupid comment. Too bad you're drinking all that fluoride in that California water there. So he's bagging on California, saying we're drinking all this fluoride water. And so I told him, hey, come to the live stream tonight and you can tell me more about the water that I'm drinking. And I haven't seen his ass show up yet, but I just tell you, everything's so politicized now by these weird triggered trolls. Stupid. Yeah, VLAM, I'm with you. I'd rather be refilling my water bottle. Yeah, Sarah, you're in one of the few non-fluoride states. I was realizing, even though my water purifier system filters out fluoride, supposedly, as far as I understand what it's capable of filtering out, so I think I've been drinking non-fluoridated water for like 15 years. The thing is, I still get fluoride in my mouth, like when I brush my teeth and rinse. I'm not using this. I'm just using the sink. When I make oatmeal, I'm using the sink water. So I'm still exposing myself to fluoride. I'm not living a completely fluoride-free life. I'm not that like hardcore or anything. But yeah, I appreciate not having it when I'm drinking. I don't think I need it for when I'm drinking. Yeah, when I'm brushing my teeth with everything, yeah, cool. Let the fluoride be in there. Totally fine. Not tripping there. Yeah, Gyre H guy. Yeah, everything is political now. What do you say? Because it's profitable for social media companies. It's profitable for division and outrage and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, if it prevents cavities, cool. So when I'm brushing my teeth, I'm getting the fluoride in the water from the sink. When I'm rinsing out and brushing my teeth. And when I'm drinking, just drinking water. I don't think I need to be protecting my teeth 24/7 is what I'm saying. But yeah. So I'm kind of ambivalent when it comes to fluoride in water. It seems like people are divided. Either, yes, we have to have the fluoride in the water for our teeth. And the other camp is, no, it's dangerous and bad for you, all this crap. I'm kind of in the middle. I just prefer not to drink fluoride water all day, but I don't mind it being in there in the water for other times. I just prefer to drink as pure water as I can afford to make. And then, yeah, swish my mouth around with fluoridated water and it's in the oatmeal. I'm cool with that. So I'm not like hardcore. I just have a middle path kind of attitude about fluoride. Paul Saladino doesn't use any toothpaste because he's afraid of fluoride. Are you sure about that, Peter? Because there's plenty of non-fluoridated toothpaste. Hell, the one I have right now might be one of those. I've used them many times. Toothpaste without fluoride. You can get them. Like, he can't buy toothpaste without fluoride. I mean, what? That's the textbook definition of throwing out the baby with the bathwater. He doesn't want to brush his teeth because he's afraid of fluoride. Then don't brush your teeth with fluoridated toothpaste. They exist. I mean, that's just stupid. He said toothpaste is just a waste of money. Well, you know, he's not trained in dental care or periodontal science, anything. He was trained in, I think, wasn't he trained in, was he trained in psychology or something? I can't remember, but he definitely wasn't trained in that. So don't take your advice from him. Just like I wouldn't take his advice on how to fix my car, you know, how to fix my television or something like that. That's not his thing. He needs to stay in his lane. People who don't brush their teeth. Yum, huh, Sarah? That sounds so attractive. Does a guy even have a girlfriend? I've never seen him hang out, or even a lover if he's non-straight. You know, I mean, I always see him like making videos shirtless in the jungle, and the few times I've seen him with someone, he's usually with a dude. Like, does he have an intimate life partner? Because not brushing your teeth isn't going to help in that pursuit, if that's important to anyone. Brush your teeth. I mean, seriously, it's not, most people aren't going to be attracted. That fragrant mouth odor from I want to date that person. And to add to his odors, he doesn't use any soap or shampoo. So yeah, he's a great catch, ladies out there. If you want your man to not use any deodorant, no toothpaste, no shampoo, no soap, he's trying to be like a original ape or something, Paul Saladino is a catch. You know, find a man like that. I'm sure he smells like complete, like an angel. Fluoride is not a drug, though, Milo. Fluoride is not political. It's scientific. Well, I've seen conflicting scientific reports or what is the word I'm looking for? This is a consensus on fluoride. They make it pretty clear that the levels that it's found in water present no harm to public health. But I'm asking, like, why does it need to be in the water at all times? Why can't I, as a thinking person who likes to have some control about what goes into his body, like, you know, if I don't want fluoridated toothpaste, I'll buy a non-fluoridated toothpaste rather than never brushing my teeth. But anyway, I'd like to control. If I can drink non-fluoridated water and get rid of all the other crap that's in the water system, like this water, awesome. But then when I'm brushing my teeth in the sink, yeah, I welcome the fluoride in the water then, just for those moments. But you know, the amount of fluoride exposure from that is really insignificant. But yeah, I agree. I don't think it should always be in all our water at all the time, kind of being forced in. It's like, it's not like, you know, it's not like a health thing. It's not like a healthy addition. I mean, it's healthy, I guess, for your teeth possibly, but it's not like it doesn't like make the water system. It's not like a purifier for the water system or something like that. Just kind of interesting how it's like you know, in all people's water all the time. I go is I don't know. Like I said, I think there should be a way to drink water without having it be in there and still have fluoride when you're using it in your mouth. I don't know who Peter Roger is, VLAM. I saw someone say, why don't you respond to Peter Rogers? And he said, blah, blah, blah. And Angie said, I don't think Ryan's ever heard of that guy. And yeah, I replied, yep, I have no idea who he is. So I just don't respond to any old person that I've never heard of because, you know, someone wants me to. Cool. Yeah, Uncle, here you go. You can buy a fluoride rinse if you really want to get that extra bit of fluoride. Like I'm saying, that's what I mean about having the choice as to how and when to fluoridate your mouth, you know, as opposed to having it forced there. I don't like the force part. That's the part I'm not totally 100% cool with. Especially, like I said, what if you have the desire, as I do, and I'm sure many other you guys do, to drink just clean pristine water, as clean as possible. That means not having a bunch of weird, unnecessary stuff in there, and fluoride isn't necessary. And I just like as clean of water as I possibly can. I don't think that makes me a nut or anything like that. That's just my preference. I just like clean water. Is that crazy to say in 2025? I feel like I'm defending myself for just having the preference of preferring to have as clean and pure water as I possibly can. Yeah, and if I want to, I'll put fluoride. Yeah, get a fluoridated toothpaste. Whatever. Anyway. Okay, Sarah, you don't think I'm crazy? Okay, that's good. It seems so weird nowadays to say that. I just want clean water. It's so basic, Okay, so this dude that I've never heard of, VLAM's telling me about Peter Rogers, he advocates for a low-fat, plant-based diet. I wonder why low-fat? What's wrong with eating some avocados and nuts and seeds and stuff like that? Is that going to kill me? Anyway, John McDougall style. But he also says he doesn't care about animals. Then I'm really not a big fan of his. RH guy, yeah, I'm not saying water that's been filtered out of every last thing. I'm just talking about the not nice stuff. I want all the good stuff in the water, and the filtration system I have removes a lot of bad stuff out of the water. I know I'm speaking really simply here. I'm not saying it just should be like distilled water or something like that. I'm not advocating for that. I just want some this has nice minerals in it. You can taste the alkalinity of it too. I'm not saying I need alkaline water. It just has a nice polish from that. Yeah, Jay, I'm not denying the science about that at all. I'm not denying what the science says about water fluoridation and tooth decay. I'm just saying, does it have to be in every glass, every time you drink water? Does the fluoride have to be there? I mean, here's the thing. Would you have similar scientific results as far as tooth decay, preventing tooth decay, if you just had fluoride in the water, like when you're brushing your teeth, and stuff like that, rinsing your mouth out, that kind? Do you need to have it in your water when you're just drinking, just drinking? Well, that's what I'm saying. Does it really need to be there at all times, or can you get similar results? And what about using fluoride toothpaste? How does that affect? How does that help that situation? So I'm not denying the science. I'm going, I don't get that many cavities, and compared to your average American, I have way less exposure to fluoride because I drink all my filtered water. I drink non-filtered water sometimes. Yeah, if I have to fill this up somewhere like Disneyland or whatever, yeah, I'm not expecting it to be the kind of water that I'm used to. But yeah, again, I'm not afraid of it. I'll still drink it. I'm not thinking, ooh, there's poison in here. I can't drink this shit because I'm an influencer and I'm going to take my shirt off in Costa Rica and tell people I don't use any shampoo because I'm like an ape. I'm not that kind of person at all. Yeah, I'm not irrational. But I just, like I said, I like to control at least more, as much as possible, what I'm putting in my body. Telling people to brush more does nothing. I'm not saying, no, where did I say, Jay, that people should brush more? I mean, you want to rewind this later. I never said people should brush more. I said when they're brushing, yeah, it's a great time to have fluoride into your water system. That's a great time to use a fluoridated toothpaste. Yeah, that's what I said right there. I'm not saying brush more. I'm just saying when you're brushing, yeah, fluoride's an awesome thing to be in the water and in the toothpaste. I'm totally cool with that. Not against that in the slightest bit. Yeah, Peter. Yeah, I think my thing filters out chlorines or chloramines, I think, are in our water system. There's all sorts of nasty things. I just prefer not to drink. Why? Because they don't need to be in there, I just, like to have a nice, clean drinking water. But I'm not advocating for it's killing you or something like that. It's a toxin. You're going to die or anything like that. Yeah, I'm with you, Jay. Brushing reduces cavities. Yeah. And the water reduces cavities even more. I know. How much more of an effect does it have when combined with the two? But anyway, I'm saying on my personal, non-scientific, anecdotal, personal story here, I haven't been experiencing more cavities develop with my purified water. It's still exposing myself to fluoridated water when I brush my teeth and when I go out in public and when I make oatmeal and when I make soups and stuff like that. Kitchery, I'm just using the water out of the sink. I'm not afraid of it. But anyway, let's move on. I'm just saying, I'm not, I just still feel like I still feel weird having to defend my desire to drink clean water without chlorine, without fluoride, just with the stuff that should be in there. Let's see. Blood Rose 75 says you don't need to like animals to be vegan. That's true. Technically, that's true. You don't have to like animals. You just have to be against... Oops, the wrong one. I was hoping I had the right graphic up, and it was a 50-50. You just have to be against animal cruelty and exploitation. So meaning, in theory, you could hate animals. You could think animals are disgusting and they're bad and mean. I don't know, whatever. All these negative feelings and thoughts about animals. But if you have the compassion to not want to see them harmed and exploited and killed, so you can have a burger and fries and eggs and stuff. Well, fries are cool, unless they're McDonald's fries. But I'm saying, yeah, true. You don't have to like the animals. You just have to respect them, that they have rights, that they shouldn't be turned into your meals. Good point. That's a good distinction. Let's see. VLAM says, being vegan is not doing a good thing. It's simply refraining from doing the wrong thing. That's an interesting philosophical distinction. Yeah, you're right. I think I agree with you, V. Like, what is being vegan? It's a stance against animal cruelty and exploitation. It kind of starts with the negative. Like, it does. It's like Buddhism. Buddhism starts with the principles of Buddhism, like the first one, the Noble Truths. All life is suffering, number one. And then it unfolds after that. Veganism starts with, animal cruelty and exploitation. They're wrong. They're effed up. So... what do we do about it? We don't participate in animal cruelty and exploitation. So we got to eat something. We don't want to die. We don't want to starve ourselves to death. We eat plants and fungi. That's as simple as that. So that's kind of it does kind of start from the negative. I don't know if you're doing right by not doing wrong. If that makes sense, you're doing right by not participating in animal cruelty and exploitation. Peter, you're thinking about getting a reverse osmosis filter. Yeah, that's what we got. We have like 5 stages on our water filter system. It came with 4, but I added a 5th one to kind of remineralize the water, give it a nice polishing taste at the end. But yeah, one stage is reverse osmosis. There's other stages that filter out sediments, and there's some coconut filters or something like that. Full bar music. Did I say the 5 noble truths? I forgot now how many noble truths there are. I don't read Buddhism all that much anymore. The 4 noble truths reflect the 4 stages of grief. Does it? I've never thought of it that way. How many noble truths? Is that right? Are there 4 or 5 noble truths? I've totally forgot. Well, if any of you guys are interested, I can give you a recommendation for the water filtration system I have. I'm not affiliated, like I don't have a sponsorship deal with them or anything like that. And it's a really cool system in the sense that you don't need to do any special installation. It doesn't go under the counter. I just have like a place next to a faucet, or you attach it to just any old kind of faucet, like a kitchen faucet. It has like an attacher. If you let me know, they have under the counter systems too, which you might need someone to install for you a little more professionally. Let me know if you want. I'll tell you what I got, and I'm very happy with it. Let's see. Phelam, speaking of noble truth, just watched Christspiracy. So powerful. I didn't know Dalai Lama wasn't vegan. Yeah, Tibetan Buddhists aren't vegan. I learned that very upfront and personal when I went to a Tibetan Buddhist temple not too far from us here, and we did a ritual for Avalokiteshvara. We made a pledge to basically protect all sentient beings, basically. Then they passed out beef jerky. Then they had a vegan one or a plant-based one for the vegans. I go, wait, shouldn't we all be getting the plant-based one? We just took a vow to protect all sentient beings, and here we are eating sentient beings. Like, you guys don't see the shit that's wrong with that? Anyway, speaking of movies, I still want to see Christspiracy. I still want to see it for sure. And tonight, Angie mentioned we got a link from Chris Vegan Zombie. We were early contributors, supporters of his movie project. So I think we have 24 hours to watch his movie tonight. So that's our plan, is to watch the Vegan Zombie movie later on tonight after the live stream. I love vegan jerky, Sarah. I love me some vegan jerky. Yeah, a few weeks ago, I splurged at the market, saw that Louisville jerky was like being like, I don't know if they're clearance. I think they're on a clearance price. Maybe they're gone. I haven't seen them since. I bought me a couple packages of that. Yeah, they handed out beef jerky, Carl. Yeah, Angie and I were bummed because we were already like, vegetarian pretty much by then. And like, why are you handing out beef jerky? We just did a pledge to like protect all the sentient beings. Do a review of his movie? Oh, I'll think about that, Peter. Yeah, I don't want to be working when I'm watching it, but I'll see what I can do. I might not have access to it after 24 hours. I definitely won't have time to to do a video tomorrow. Angie's brother's coming in town. He lives in the Pacific Northwest, so it's pretty rare when he comes through town here. So we're going to be chilling with him tomorrow, doing some family time. So yeah, I guess I could talk about it after, but we'll see if it'll make an interesting video or not. Me talking about a movie I just saw. Jay, yeah, what a world where the vegans are more enlightened than the monks. Yeah, it was kind of a wake-up call. Like, really? You guys should all... I mean, I have a weird opinion, a biased opinion of Buddhism, I should say, because I'm vegan, but to me, it's just like a complete no-brainer. I mean, if you're a Buddhist, you should just naturally follow that you don't eat animals. And I'm not the only one that thinks that, because there's many sects within Buddhism where they don't eat animals. A lot of the early like vegetarian restaurants here in California were made for the Buddhists, for the Buddhist monks. So there is a I don't know if lineage is the right word, but there's a history of eating plants and Buddhism. But to me, it should be more pervasive. You should just pretty much be vegan if you're Buddhist, not just some Buddhists. I think all Buddhists should be vegan if you really believe in having compassion for all sentient beings. Let's see. Jay wants to know, does my filter out lead? You'll accept no fluoride if there's also no lead. Let me just go find it for you. Let's see. Apex. Is that it? I get them mixed up. Water. Is this my brand? Hang on. There's one that's almost like it. Hang on one second. APEC. Okay, that's it. Copy link. Let me paste it here for you guys. Okay, browse web here. Okay, so this is the company. Again, I'm not sponsored, so just know that. So they have all sorts of systems here, and I think you can just download what the scientific info, like the data sheet is what I'm trying to say. So I have something that's like countertop. Okay, no, it's not that. Let me see what I have. Portable all-in-one. Maybe that's it. No, that's not it either. Faucet connection. Yeah, these are them here. So I'll put a link to this, and I added one more stage, but let me put a link to this here in the live stream chat, and you could check out what it filters and doesn't filter. I don't remember every last thing, but I remember fluoride was one of the ones. And Jay, if you look it up, let me know. I'm pretty sure it filters out lead. It gets rid of most all the big. It's a really good system. It's I remember when I read the data sheet when I was shopping for this a year and a half or two ago. I was quite impressed at its effectiveness and range of contaminants that it filters out. So yeah, check it out. Yeah, I want to say yes, it does, but again, I don't have it memorized, but I'm pretty damn sure. But you can check it out. And the price ain't all that bad. I'll give you a tip. I got it for about half that price. What did it say, like $2 something? Let me look again. I didn't pay $2.49. I paid like $120 or something like that. I got it during Amazon Prime Day. It was really cheap, so keep your if you can wait from whenever that is again. I forgot when it is, but yeah, Prime Day. These things are really cheap. Let's see. Uncle asks, "What's a good vegan Indian restaurant in Long Beach?" Apu's. I went to one of their places when they were, I don't know if they're still there. I think that's the one that was like in like a hospital lobby or something like that. I went there once to check it out. It was pretty good. Just kind of out of the way a little bit. Do they have something else now too? I thought I was doing some research on it, but I haven't been back. But yeah, I would definitely check them out again for sure. Yeah, Sarah, I miss Fu Man Poo too as well. Hope he comes back sometime. Hopefully you didn't scare him off or anything. Yeah, he was fun. Uncle, have you been to Apu's? Let me know. Yeah, there's so many places to eat around here. I just haven't been to them all. The last time I got some vegan Indian food was a place called Orange Curry in Huntington Beach. It's a little too hot for Angie's liking. But yeah, I would check out Apu's. It's just not like on any of our routes or anything like that. Little burp there. Okay. Josh the Vegan. Howdy, howdy. Hey, Josh the Vegan. Let's see. Did I miss any questions and all that? Let's see. I'm surprised we haven't had anyone come and try to debate me tonight on veganism being bad and I'm a horrible person. Oh yeah, wasn't someone going to try to pretend they're a hater today or something like that? I give up. I don't know how to attract haters to the live stream anymore. They used to come all the time, and they're just not buying it anymore, or just YouTube's not suggesting us to the haters anymore or something. Yeah, they had samosas at that Orange Curry place. They're just a little too spicy. We even told mild. You know, it's in a totally like white area. You know, gringos. You know, I think I can say that right. It's not racist. You know, you think they would cater the spiciness to like the local people there. It's still pretty hot. So you love samosas too, Heidi? Yeah, I'd go back again. I guess I'll just tell Angie, well, I can eat it. It's not too spicy for me. Hang on, I gotta grab some stuff here. Saw a guitar pick on the floor. Hey, Joseph L., what is up? Good to see you. Just having a chill night here, talking about anything and everything almost. Let's see. So yeah, any questions? Let's see. Uncle wants to know, what vegan food can you eat for high testosterone? What do? I just eat what I eat, Uncle. I don't eat anything specifically to have high testosterone. You know, some of the science, I remember when I made a video about my testosterone levels back when I got my blood tests for that a few years back. And one thing I remember from Dr. Greger of nutritionfacts.org, I was sharing some studies that he shared. And the big talking point was that high protein diets lower or suppress testosterone. So maybe that's the thing. Maybe my diet has a lower macronutrient ratio of protein compared to like what meat eaters have. So I'm not doing anything special. I'm just eating a whole food plant-based diet. Let's see. Heidi, Trader Joe's actually makes pretty good mini vegetable samosas. Yeah, I remember they had some good Indian vegan snacks there before. Yeah, we might actually run by there tomorrow, perhaps. We'll see. I haven't been to Trader Joe's much at all lately. It's just not on our routines anymore. But I do miss that banana bread. Let's see. Yeah, massage that like button. Or even better yet, hit that like button if you haven't already. Let's see. What's that, Travis? There's a great vegetarian South Indian place near you that doesn't cater to the local bland food eaters. Sambar and dosas are great. Awesome. Yeah, we're lucky. We're not too far away from a pretty big vegan community. It's a whole like city of vegan. I'm not vegan, of Indian restaurants. Cerritos, California, not too far from here. You know, you have all the supermarkets. We'll go there and buy, you know, big sacks of basmati rice that last us for months. You know, talk about how being vegan is elitist. It costs so much to eat vegan food. Like, no, we can get like a 20-pound sack of rice for like $25 or something like that. Buy a big jug of mung beans. That lasts us for months too. You know, it's very affordable when you get them in bulk like that. And there's actually a really good Ethiopian restaurant that has really good vegan stuff in that same Indian district too. I'm not sure why they're there, but I kind of like that restaurant the best down there. Chickpea curry with pita is an easy home meal. That sounds really good. That sounds chill. What, Peter, you're going to see the new Lilo and Stitch live action movie next weekend. Awesome. 25 pounds of rice for $7? Really? Wow, that's really good. Damn. I remember them being more like $1 a pound-ish, something like that. Oh, your Trader Joe's is out of them, though, Sarah. Wow, you buy 100-pound bags of pinto beans. Damn. Damn, girl, that's awesome. Because I like legumes. I know you like to like make them from scratch like that. That's the way to go. Get a bulk deal like that. You know, talk about the elitist vegan food, right? You know, like, let's price that out. Calories per pound. Let's see. Why did I just get a text right now? Let's see. My friend Tom, who's taken a lot of our band's album covers, just texted me. Let's see what he says. Let's see. Huh, okay, just give me some random fact. Okay. Yeah, we eat beans almost every day, too. Let's see. Yeah, we didn't have any yet to... Oh, we had tofu. We had a tofu scramble for lunch. Yeah, a legume. You know, we have a legume pretty much every day. Yeah, tofu counts as beans. I mean, legumes are legumes. Beans are great for you. Tofu is good for you. I guess if you like farting, tofu's not as great for you then. Jana. Oh, they're back? Who's back? Let's see, Peter, am I going to see the new Karate Kid movie when it comes out? You know, I'll see it. I don't know. I don't usually go to the theaters anymore because they're so damn expensive now. It's like $20 for a theater or something like that. Oh, the emojis are back. Oh, they weren't there before? What happened? YouTube wasn't letting you use the emojis? I guess I haven't seen a lot of emojis tonight. All right, awesome. But yeah, $40 to go to the movies and not have a dinner be part of it, like a dinner date, a dinner movie date. That was the old school thing. Go out for dinner, you know, maybe spend $15 and then 2 movie tickets, maybe $7 a pop. You have a nice date, like $30 or something like that. But no, I don't. I'll just wait for it to come to streaming. You know, I'm cheap and lazy. You know, I got to really, you know, be mindful of where my money's going. And not to say I don't want to support movies and stuff like that, but, you know, if they're going to come to streaming, I'll just wait for that. Yeah, prices are definitely different today, huh? What I was describing there, did it really date me? Did I sound like a grandpa or something? Yeah, back when I was a kid, you can get a cup of coffee for two cents. You know, it's like, you know, I'm not trying to be like that or anything. Was that a good accent, by the way? But my point is like, yeah, it wasn't that long ago we can get a movie ticket for like maybe $7 or something like that. Yeah. Let's see. AMC is starting 50% discount Wednesdays in July, huh? Too bad we don't have an AMC theater around here anymore, I don't think. I should look. Maybe we do. There is a big theater down by the Whole Foods area. I'll see if they're AMC. Yeah, Jay, I used to live a couple times near $2 theaters. When I lived in Los Angeles, there was a $2 movie theater on Fairfax, or off Fairfax, Beverly and Fairfax. And then out here in Long Beach, there was a couple $2 theaters when I first started living out here. Unfortunately, they got sold to that stupid chain Kohl's, you know, that chain store, and that's there now. That stupid store's there at both $2 theaters, and they're gone now. Those $2 theaters are cool. They had a lot of vibe. Looked like they were built in the 70s, had trippy lights and stuff like that. But yeah, $2, that sounds cool. $2 movies. If they do that again, or $3 movies. But that was the day I would go to a lot of $2 movies. Angie and I went to a lot of $2 movies. But those days are gone from here. Oh, I used to have a dollar theater in high school, and the real one was $3. Ah, you're dating yourself too. Back when I was your age, we used to be able to get into a movie for $1, $3 at the real one. There's a new Cheech and Chong movie? Jay, really? Like, really? I didn't hear about that. Really, like, Cheech and Chong is a brand new movie they made? How come I didn't hear about that? In the new Mission Impossible movie, Tom Cruise jumps from one airplane to another. Now, I can safely say I've never seen any of the Mission Impossible movies. And yeah, I don't really care to, you know. I'm just not a fan of like that genre. And Tom Cruise kind of freaks me out. He's kind of creepy, isn't he, with all the Scientology stuff? You know, he's just kind of creeps me out. Well, that's cool. You went to school with Cheech Marin's stepbrother. Awesome. Yeah, we don't have like smaller independent theaters now, Heidi. At least not. Yeah, they used to be like, you know, but now it's all just a couple big, you know, places that have like 10, 20 screens and stuff like that. And yeah, Sarah, I haven't seen a movie proper in years. 2 exceptions. Twice Angie convinced me to take her to a movie theater when they were playing some kind of BTS related thing. One was like a concert. Another was a Jungkook, you know, the lead singer guy. I talked to him before. He's an amazing vocalist. God, that guy can sing. Anyway, there was a movie that came out last summerish or something like that. Or fall. And that was in the theater. So we went to see that. But that was it. Barring those 2 BTS related movies, I haven't gone to see a proper movie, like a real, you know, movie, you know, not a thing about a band for a long time. Oh, you're lucky, Sarah. You have a tiny independent theater. It's really cute. How about where I'm thinking about moving, Sarah? Maybe not in the town that I'm thinking about. You know, it's pretty tiny. How about nearby? Don't mention any town names, but can you think of any like cool, cute independent theaters? I know like when a lot of these towns in Northern California were made, or in the early days, they had like, you know, theaters, old time theaters like from the 20s and stuff. So some exist, but are any of them still like theaters? Uncle used to go to the free show. What's that? Cheech and Chong's last movie. That's what it's called? Okay, I was thinking that. In the bigger cities. See, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, well, there's only one kind of bigger city. So there's some theaters in the bigger city near where I'm thinking. Okay, that's good. I figured they would probably be there because yeah, that's the cool thing about having that bigger city nearby. You can get a lot of things done and found, you know, in a bigger city like that than living in a small town. Would I go to the movie theater for the new Spinal Tap movie? That's a good question, Peter. Maybe, yeah, there's a new Spinal Tap movie being made. I don't know if I'll go to the theater for that. I mean, 100% will see it at some point. My hat's getting all crooked here. Still have hair, guys. I'm not bald or anything. Just, yeah, I didn't do anything to my hair today. Anyway, what was I going to say? Yeah, I don't know if that'll get my ass out to the theater or not. I can't say for sure. Well, that's cool. Uncle free shows in Hermosa Beach. That's where he's from. As a kid on Saturdays during the summer. Damn, that's generous. Giving you like a prime day there. Hermosa Biju. Let's see. Is that a joke, Jay? Did I hear about Kid Rock shutting down his bar because ICE wants to raid him? What? Wait, Wes Anderson, Heidi. Wait, I know the name. Give me a couple Wes Anderson movies. Uncle, you're balding. You got too much testosterone? Maybe so. Have you had a testosterone blood test lately, Uncle? Maybe all these plants you've been eating since you started watching our live stream. Maybe you're just like, just bursting with testosterone, Let's see. What else have I been missing here? Oh, okay. Speaking about Kid Rock. So this wasn't a joke. This is real. He sent home a bunch of his staff at the restaurant because they are undocumented. Did he do that to protect them, or he doesn't want them working in his business anymore? Okay, World Tenenbaums, Laugh Aquatic. Thanks, Peter. Yeah, I knew the name. I just had trouble placing movie titles for that. Thanks, guys. Oh, I've never seen. I don't think I've seen Moonrise Kingdom. Oh yeah, Rushmore. Yeah, I think Angie and I saw that at the $2 theater that we used to live by in Los Angeles. The one I was talking about off Fairfax and Beverly. So yeah, there's a great example. Saw some Buddhist movies there too. I saw Kundun there. I saw The Truman Show there. I remember when I saw The Truman Show, I had no idea what I was walking into. I had no idea what the setup was. Like everyone knows now. So I was watching it like totally just like a virgin, no knowledge of the story or anything like that. And I was going, wow, what is happening here in this movie? This is awesome. This is like, I totally related to what was going on Jim Carrey. Yeah, sometimes it seems like life's all set up like this. What's happening? I was totally gripped, and that's still one of my favorite movies. Okay, so Jay says Chris Rock is doing that to protect his business. Protect it how? If he doesn't have people there, that could be difficult. But anyway, I don't care about Kid Rock. Never liked him. Like him even less now. What's Moonrise Kingdom about? Give me a quick synopsis. Norrare, do I eat pine nuts? Not really. I mean, if they were in a recipe when we ate out of the house, I wouldn't throw them away or anything. But no, we don't really cook with pine nuts. Are you serious? Late model, Sarah? You met Kid Rock once, and he was really drunk at 7:30 a.m. Are you serious? Really drunk? Okay, I'm flipping that around my head. He didn't wake up and get drunk, right? He'd been partying all night, right? What kind of loser gets up early in the morning and gets shit-faced drunk? No, that probably wasn't it. I'm assuming he just partied all night. Not to say that's great or bad or anything like that. That seems like the most reasonable explanation. Okay, A Moonrise Kingdom is about young love and complicated family upbringing. Okay, interesting. All right, thanks for the synopsis there. Rat Palace? What the hell is a Rat Palace, Uncle? That doesn't sound like a good place to see movies. Was that the real name? That couldn't be the real name of it, right? Hey, Tessa Saves, you're new? Well, thanks for coming here. Let us know if you have any questions. Peter says, carnivore keto influencers transition to sugar diet thoughts. I have no thoughts. I have no idea. What is a sugar diet, Peter? Please let me know. Is this some kind of new trendy thing? Because, yeah, keto is really trendy and popular. Carnivore, same thing. So it seems like people like these fad, trendy diets where they can influence and grift. So is there some new sugar diet? Please tell me what the sugar diet is. Okay, so the Kid Rock story. Kid Rock was at the radio station. Yeah, I remember your bestie worked there. Yeah, bestie was creative director at wanted Kid Rock to come in and do some liners, and he was out all night with Lars from Metallica, and he reeked. Okay, oh boy, what a story! Thanks for sharing that. That's awesome. All right, Joseph, sharing some hockey results here. Awesome. Celebrity sightings, Uncle. Well, you live out here in Southern California. Anyone who lives and spends time in Southern California, you're gonna eventually spot some celebrities. You know, the thing is not to freak out. It's just no big deal. They're just regular people, and you know they don't want to be bothered. So yeah, I don't know. The last one I remember seeing was like Sandra Bullock at Whole Foods. You know, that was a long time ago. But I remember seeing her. I probably told the story once before. She was right by Angie, and I'm checking them out. I go, I think Angie's hotter, you know, but not dissing Sandra Bullock or anything like that. I got a hottie. Angie's a hottie. So anyway, so that was the mid 2000s, the Kid Rock story. Awesome. Rock stars are humans, Sarah, and supposedly complete just raging drunks too. I mean, I can say I don't think I've ever been drunk at 7:30 in the morning, okay? I mean, no, I can say safely, I've never been drunk at 7:30. Oh, if you worked at Cedars Medical Center, yeah, I'm sure you've seen your share of celebrities for sure. I'm still waiting to hear more about the sugar diet, Peter. What is a sugar diet? You really got me like wondering, is this some new trendy fad thing going on? There's the sugar diet. Like what is the sugar diet? Let's see. Am I missing anything else here? Asteroid City, Heidi. I don't think I remember that one either. I'll have to check out more of his movies. But tonight, I tell you, Vegan Zombie Movie is what we got going on, because it's a limited time link that he gave us. I don't think he gave it to us. I think he just sent it out to people that funded him at some point. So, anyone here lurking in the background? Anyone really think that veganism sucks? You know, we're just like, you know, like horrible people, and we're just trying to make you feel guilty and stuff like that. And the diet it's a diet, right? It's not about animals. It's some diet that's like really unhealthy and nutrient deficient. Someone said that, you know, I told you in the comments from a video this week. I told them, hey, just come here and tell me this shit. And are you here? Are you lurking in the background? I said, please come to the foreground and leave a little comment here. Veganism sucks big time. No, I know who you are, Heidi. It'd have to be someone I have never seen before. So, or someone who's not one of our followers here. Anyone out there lurking, just waiting to come out and tell me how shitty veganism is? I want to hear it. Let me know how horrible veganism is, how horrible I am, what a horrible person I am for telling people that I eat plants and sharing with people the science that shows vegan diets are not nutritionally deficient. You know, come on, where are you guys? You guys aren't out there somewhere lurking in the background? Come on. I guess they're not. Oh, I thought I'd try, just, you know, just in case, you know. No, whatever. Ryan is bored and summons the trolls. I tried my magic there, my magic troll summoning. I'm all 10 out of 10 horrible. How dare you tell people you're against animal cruelty and exploitation? You're such a shit person. How dare you share the mountain of science that shows vegan diets aren't nutritionally deficient for all people? How dare you? How dare you make those response videos to the "I'm no longer vegan" people? Oh, the question, sir, is did you find more Camino socials? Because, yeah, they're sold in California. And I thought they're not California only, but some states, and yours wasn't. This thing is, did you stock up on some of those Camino CBD THC gummies? Because, yeah, I tell you, last time I went, I tried the one called Social, which is a misnomer because it's like... it's not that social. It's pretty much all CBD, no THC, meaning you're super couch lock chill. And I got them for Angie for like having headaches and stuff like that. She had a migraine recently. I said, hey, have one of those gummies there, and it helped out a lot. I bet you got some in Mendo. Awesome. So yeah, we're still working through that one. I guess it's going. We're working through it slower because if it's such a sedative effect, it's really like a special situation, like a headache or something like that when you need them, or you had a really crappy day or something like that. The other one's a little more fun. The one that you recommended me, sir, that original flavor. That one, that one's hard to resist a little bit, but we're still working on the social ones. Oh, Bestie likes those the social one, huh? Yeah, maybe I'll have one tonight. I'm feeling pretty chill. I'm going to like emphasize the chillness. Hopefully I won't fall asleep on Vegan Zombies movie though. Hopefully I'm not too chill. Yeah, it's like a lemonade flavor or something like this. A yellow gummy. It's squeezier too. It's harder to cut in half if we want to split them. But the other day when she had the migraine, I said just take a whole one. Don't F around. What's for dinner tonight? Good question, Uncle. We made a stir fry, a tofu stir fry before the live stream. So I'm not sure what's up for tonight. We'll have just chill with some simple food. I got some cherries at the market the other day. So it's cherry season for all you cherry fanatics. I'm not sure if I'll be able to go to farmer's market this Sunday though, because Angie's brother will still be here and stuff. So I'm not sure how it's going to affect our Sunday. So anyway, the social flavor is pear. Oh, that's what it is? Okay. Yeah, it's all right. I like those blue purple ones better. But yeah, the social one's great for when you got a headache. Okay, sugar diet. There's some information. So Milo's got it. The sugar diet was invaded by a guy named Cole. That sounds pretty scientific there. It was invented by a guy named Cole. He was a carnivore and saw he performed better adding sugar. So is he a meat eater that eats sugar? How's that the sugar diet? With a name like the sugar diet, you would think they're eating like pretty much sugar. So I'm really confused. Okay, there's Peter. The sugar diet is a dietary approach that involves consuming a high amount of sugar along with lean protein sources, and is being promoted by the snake diet guy. Like, what the fuck? What's the snake diet? This is crazy stuff. Oh my god. Like, what are all these fad diets? The snake diet, the sugar diet, the carnivore diet. It's like I don't do a diet, guys. I'm not into diets. I'm into clean water. As you guys know, I like getting all the contaminants and pollutants out of my water, but more so, I'm against animal cruelty and exploitation. I don't do a diet. I eat a diet of plants, but that in itself doesn't make it a diet. It's just what I eat. I eat plants because I'm not going to eat animals. What's with all these trendy diets? So what, someone's eating just snakes? It's like a carnivore diet, but the meat is only from snakes? Are you serious? This really exists? Remember I told you last week, I was just joking about the world is so crazy now, especially the wellness influencer sphere on social media. It's so crazy now that I said, I was making a joke about getting a stick of butter and sticking it up your ass. I told you, Mary said, I bet people do that. I just made that up because I was trying to think of an absurd thing that's just so stupid. It shouldn't exist. And I'm telling you, I bet it exists. I didn't look it up, but this just proves this. People do anything. Yeah, I do the sticking the butter in the ass diet. It cleans your woo-woos and makes you more spiritual and blah, 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 whatever. Detoxes your butt and your soul. Why do people do all this crazy stuff? I mean, anyway. Yeah, the snake oil. That's what I thought I said. The snake oil guy. I could start a trend, Uncle. I don't want to be the guy that starts, hey, this is Brian Happy Hour Vegan. I stick the vegan butter up my butt. I don't want to be. I change my voice because I know someone will just clip it out, and if I use my regular voice and try to make it sound like that's the thing I'm promoting. I'm not. Anyway, let's see. It cleans your woo-woos. Your woo-woos need to be cleaned because woo-woos can get dirty. Detoxes all those things, Heidi, and more. The RFK diet? Wow, what is the RFK diet? I know he likes meat, right? So he's not like a friend of vegans or anything like that. The Ryan Butter diet. I wonder if the ice cream diet would work with vegan ice creams, Jana? There isn't an ice cream diet, right? You're just having fun with me now, right? Uncle, you'll make some spaghetti? Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have that option because we do have some spaghetti, but we used all the noodles. I'm sorry, the sauce yesterday. That's a really good sauce. We were shopping at a market, had this Sonoma. It was like made in Sonoma, California, you know, the wine country of Sonoma. They made pasta sauce there. So I said, all right, I'm going to try this, you know? So it was really good, but yeah, it's gone. So I'm going to get that again. RK cooks all his food in beef fat. He should hang out with Paul Saladino. They could put beef fat into their armpits and brush their teeth with beef fat and use that for sunscreen. Sounds like they're a couple waiting to happen there. Fulmar Music. 80% of viral social media posts about nutrition are made by the same 8 non-nutritionist influencers. Not even funny. That statistic sounds pretty spot on. Oh, so I wasn't joking, Milo. So you're telling me the coffee enema people sometimes do butter enemas. So I wasn't joking. See, I knew, as crazy as it sounded, I tried to think of something totally whack, and people are doing it. You know, of course people are sticking butter in their buttholes. All right, I'm not surprised. Wow. How about beef tallow? Do any of them do a beef tallow in the butthole diet cleanse thing? I wonder if that's like happening. Maybe Saladino is doing that, Peter. Do you know? You seem to know about his channel pretty good. Is that a Paul Saladino thing? Putting beef tallow in the butthole? Nasty, huh, Sarah? Okay, Janice says, no, some guy actually wrote a book about his ice cream diet many years ago. Wow. See, this is crazy. Things are just so crazy. Things don't need to be so crazy. Things don't need to be so complicated when it comes to eating. I mean, again, for veganism, it's just we're against animal cruelty and exploitation. And that leaves a lot of room as far as what foods you eat. Just don't have animal products. You know, if you want to eat crazy stuff, you know, just non-cooked food the rest of your life, you can do it, but I don't see how that helps the animals one bit. Just eat a balanced, sensible diet, keep it easy, simple, and healthy, call it a day. Oh, that's cool, Blood Rose. Thanks for sharing that. Ben & Jerry's have a limited edition vegan ice cream called Bohemian Rhapsody as a tribute to the band Queen. Awesome. Thanks for sharing that. Yeah, I'll check that. I always love some Ben & Jerry's once in a while. Travis adds, you also need to tan your perineum for a boost in energy and clarity of the mind. Yeah. You're joking, Travis. I'll take a bet with you, $5, that there's someone out there, some influencer type, or whatever you want to call the person, that does that and telling people, hey guys, I got back from my last perineum tanning session, and I got the boost of energy and clarity of mind when I got my perineum tan. It's so spiritual, tanning your perineum, guys. I bet someone made a video like that. I'm just saying, it sounds like a joke, but in 2025, all this weird stuff, anything crazy you can imagine about wellness people, it's probably true. Yeah, I've heard of oil pulling. Yeah, it's a thing. I tried it a few times a long time ago, like 10 years ago. I don't know if it did anything, but, you know, I tried it once before, like, going to a dental hygienist. And I had her, like, for the first time in a while. Wow, it seems like she's not, like, having to, like, hurt me as much. Like, it seemed like an easier job for her to clean. Like, oh, wow, oil pulling is really cool. So I did a scientific experiment, and then by next time not doing oil pulling, and it was still a nice, pleasant cleaning experience. So it wasn't the oil pulling that did it. Oil pulling is getting something like an oil. In my case, it was coconut oil. There's other ones you can use. And holding it in your mouth for a long time. I wouldn't recommend it. I'm not recommending it, but you can look it up and stuff. I don't think it does anything. And it could kind of be dangerous too if you swallow it or something maybe. I don't know. Uncle, there is a thing about butthole tanning. See, I told you, it's no joke, Travis. You're trying to be absurd and crazy, and your absurd and crazy is not absurd and crazy enough, Travis. It's a thing. Butthole tanning. So yeah, that's the kind of world we live in, guy. Hole bleaching too, Sarah? Really? People bleach their buttholes? Why? Okay, do you know why, Sarah? Do you know why people bleach their buttholes? I can't think of any reasonable reason why a person would say, you know what I need to do, you know what I need to start doing, you know what would make my life better and make me healthier or something? I need to put bleach on my butthole. Like, what? Why? Oh my goodness! What is the storyline? What's the talking point as to why bleach should be put onto your butthole for fashion? I know you're not making it up. Do you know do you know anything about it, sir? Do you know why people feel like, the reason why I feel it's so important to bleach one's butthole is, like, what's the is part? What Peter's talking about the sugar diet. The proponents of it say it can stimulate the metabolism, potentially lead to weight loss despite not being a strict caloric deficit. I mean, is this backed by science, or is this stuff that people say? Because anyone could say anything. All right, Bill. How to raise testosterone levels in men. Tucker Carlson's guest suggests, quote, testicle tanning. So now we've moved on from perineum tanning to tanning your testicles using infrared light as a bromeopathic therapy. Why don't you just eat plants? That's so much easier than like trying to like tan your testicles. How busy people must be with their private region. So, okay, today, guys, I got to go and get my perineum tan. But before that, though, I got to leave early so I can do a testicle tanning. And then I'm going to bleach my butt the next. I mean, people's private parts shouldn't be undergoing so much, processes, This is crazy. Wow. Yeah, I do remember bleach being recommended for COVID during, when Trump had the COVID thing going on back in 2020. Going on his watch. I mean, not his personal case. Yeah, poor privates, huh, Sarah? Like, what are all these kids doing to their privates these days? It's like, your privates weren't designed to be bleached and tanned and have butter stuck in them and stuff. Leave your privates up, man. Rick, Ryan, what's up, big brother? Hope you're having a great day, man. Yeah, a little tired, but yeah, I'm having a good day. Thanks for asking, Rick. Probably get going pretty soon. I've been on almost 2 hours now, and I'm feeling pretty chill. Let's see, what's that, Milo? In the 50s, your mom would keep a jar of bacon grease on the counter to fry everything with. Wow. That just, to me, just seems like so, like, whoa, so extreme. Yeah, where has the time gone? Uncle John's band? Anyway, hey, should we call it a night early tonight? I don't know, I feel like I'm kind of chill tonight, and plus, I'm out of water. I'm out of my filtered water here, guys. What am I going to do? I don't think my mom kept bacon grease maybe she did. I'll ask her when I talk to her next time. I'll just out of curiosity. But anyway, yeah, good to see you guys all. We've had a few people missing tonight. We didn't see AJ tonight. So if you're watching after the fact, AJ, hello. And your presence was felt and noticed by all here. And Yeah, Uncle. Thanks, Uncle and Peter, for moderating. But your guys' job has gotten way too easy now because people don't come and F with us anymore. I mean, do we need to go and promote my channel to haters? Like, hey, you should come mess with this old vegan guy. He's really lame and he's very feminine. He'll just roll right over this guy because he's so weak and sissy. And just tell him how lame veganism is. We'll try something like that maybe to get some haters over here. Just for shits and giggles. All right, guys. So, I'm going to watch the vegan zombie movie tonight with Angie. And, Peter, let me know if you have any more video ideas. Thanks for sending the one I used yesterday for yesterday's video. Let me know if you got any more. I don't have any video thoughts for next week. So, keep them coming. And that's the plan. One video next week. Friday live stream. And next week on Friday, like I said, I should have a new song of ours. It's supposed to be out on our digital distributors on Friday next week. So I'll share some of that with you guys. A brand new song. And I guess that's it, guys. So good to see you all. Ooh, the burping. The burping is real. Anyway, guys, see what else you guys said here before I go on. All right, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Keep it chill. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being my buddies on Fridays and beyond. I see you guys all the time on the video premieres, the comments. Love having you guys in my life. So thanks, guys. I'll see you soon. Much love, guys. Peace out.